So, let's take a look here at this very beginning. We're very close to that, okay? See if we can get a little more separation, a little bit more accuracy right there as well, okay? Let's just hear that opening fanfare. Ready? Yeah. Try not to splat that third note. What articulation do you have there? Staccato, right? So light and detached. It's Italian march, so everything's going to be a little bit more smooth along the way as well. Not in terms of stylistically, but just, again, a nice pace to it. It's not going to be in your face. It's not a big Stars and Stripes Forever Sousa march, okay? So as we go through, it just kind of glides right along. All right, let's try that once again. We're just actually a little bit behind the beat. So percussion right there, you're our motor pretty much. We've got to be very cautious with that, stay with that tempo right on, and also probably pull back a little bit where we are dynamically, okay? That's just going to glide along. It's not going to be intense marching band field competition stuff going right there, okay? All right, let's take that back to the beginning once again. Before you, you mind? Let's hear you, okay? Right where you come in, go ahead. Yeah, and just lots of air on your G to your F. Okay? Try it again. Yep. Play just your G by yourself. Yeah. There it is. And dynamically, hey! But right there, that's exactly what we're looking for. So, are you worried about dynamics right there? Don't. Just go for it, okay? If it comes out fortissimo and it's right there, that's fine. Because with it being a solo aspect, it's going to be perfect, okay? So just really aim for that G. Always be thinking, I can't sing that high, but be thinking that G right there, okay? Without squeaking or something. All right, take that from the top once again. Much better style, trumpets. Very nice, okay? Okay, good. I like the style, but if we can, still light and detached, so even more separation. Will you please say that? 1, 2, 1. Yes, and add a little bit of accent. I know, it's so funny, isn't it? Put a little bit more emphasis on that dotted quarter note, okay? What we're doing here, okay? Do you have notes and rhythms down? Yes. Okay, and that's half the battle for a lot of bands. Okay? Right now, you guys are doing very well with that. So, what we're doing is making the difference between being just a good band and a great band. And a lot of that has to do with that phrase up there. When I taught high school, that was the same exact phrase that I had in my band room. I love to see that. And you can tell that you're a program that truly, emulates what's up there. So again, as you look at that excellence is what we're striving for. It's easy to play notes and rhythms. It's easy to go, okay? Again, you're making a big difference of what's going to happen musically, okay? That's our overall goal, right? Right? Okay, how many of you are looking at music maybe in your future? How many of you are not going to do anything with music in terms of majoring in college? It's okay, it's okay. Does it matter what you decide to do? It matters that you continue to play. Because what you're doing, you're talking about the human spirit. That's all that's happening right here. We can have any robot get up here, or a computer, GarageBand, all the MIDI sounds that take place. We could easily put that into, and that computer would play it perfectly. But would it play with emotion? Would it express a message? No, only you can do that. That's why we got these noggins up here that make a big difference, okay? And that's what we're trying to do with Florentine March. What is this story about? I don't know. You can make up your own story. Okay? But again, it's supposed to be a happy-go-lucky Florentine Italian march. All right. Try it once again. 1, 2, 1. da, 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 da. Okay? And if we take too shallow of a breath, it's just not going to be there. Snare. Yeah. If you guys would just pull back a little bit as well. Yeah. What kind of stick heights are you using?
He's using everything.
we out there doing 12s? We don't? Yeah. We don't. So just pull that back just a little bit more, because again, realize, look at the size of her instrument.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Pretty tiny. And then we got the drumsticks and the drum. And you're doing great. You're doing great. Just dynamically speaking, pull that back, and you're going to get that comment from that judge if he's a percussionist or even not. Say, hey, Mr. Snare Drum, nice work back there. Okay? As opposed to percussion, you need to back off. Because what usually happens, percussion, you get that comment a lot in the concert setting. Percussion, you need to back off. Percussion, you need to back off. Mr. Gunn, percussion, you need to back off. Okay? And that's not because you guys are bad. It's just the nature of the instrument. You got sticks. You got this dried stomach skin. That used to be old school. That, you know, you've got your snare head right there, and you beat that, it's going to make a lot of noise. Duh. Okay? Look at the physics of sound. That's what's going to happen in terms of the acoustics. All right? So just pull that back a little bit. We'll be in good shape. All right. Once again. 2, 1. Good, good. Okay, that's the best yet, yeah? Yeah. And even though we took a little time to get there, that's exciting stuff. Okay, my job's done. Great. All right. No, but seriously, did those little things make a big difference? Well, yeah, they did. And again, whether you go, well, maybe we'll do it this time and maybe we won't next time. Again, that's where it becomes a habit. And remember those things, really get those entrained. Okay? Let's hear 2 measures before A, where everybody comes in finally, right? Ja, ja, ja. Okay? But play those elongated. So your first 8 notes, you've got 2 measures before A. Ready? And sustain. All right. What's that diagram? What's that say? Have you looked at that diagram? The balanced pyramid. Okay, with the balanced pyramid, how many of you, and I know the answer to this already, how many of you listen to music on your iPod with your earbuds, your headphones, or whatever you got listening to? Okay, a lot of people raise their hands, right? Okay, how many of you, when you listen to your iPad or iPod, any of those, you end up clicking the equalizer that says treble? I don't think anybody does. Or have you seen like those gangster cars where they got like the $10,000 speaker system and the car's maybe worth $100? And it's clunking along. You don't hear coming out their speakers. Do you? You usually hear what? Boom, boom. Sometimes you don't hear pitches because there's so much bass going through that the metal on the car is rattling, right? You know it. I've been there. You've seen it. So, is that applicable to the concert setting? Absolutely. Even though we may not be playing, we're not going to be playing anything in terms of techno or anything in terms of some of those things. It's in a little bit different setting as we look at this. You know, we don't have Soulja Boy coming out during concert band. But as you've got that mix right there, it's very applicable. And oftentimes we think, well, it's concert band, so it's not going to be as interesting as what I'm listening to on my iPad or iPod, whatever you're listening to, okay? So again, think that full balance of sound. So that starts with our low brass and our low reeds. And sometimes we forget about the low reeds. And you can tell, you guys haven't, we just need to have a re-awareness of this as we look at those 3. So the tubas, baritones, trombones, where's the bari sax? There you are, bari sax, bass clarinets, yep, tenor sax, bassoon, bass clarinets, yep, okay? So you're our pyramid right there. I said bass clarinets twice because I want to put more emphasis on it, okay? So as we look at that, that's okay. That's the biggest part of our pyramid. And then look at our woodwind army, okay? So as we look at our woodwind army right there, that is something that you have to pull back a little bit because we're a small part of that. Not that you're less important. Anytime I tell my woodwinds that, they're like, you hate the woodwinds. I don't hate the woodwinds. It's just, a lot of times, the overall tessiture of your instruments is going to come through, the range of it. It's, a piccolo, you only need one piccolo. You could have 300 people out there, and the piccolo is still going to ring through. Piccolo players are like triangle players. You only need one. Okay? You don't need 300 triangles. Okay? All right. It's 2 before A. 2 before A. Play that downbeat once again. And listen down. Listen through all the parts down to the tuba. And. Yeah. We get a little more very sax, some of our low reeds. Okay? Want to hear that? You ever hear a pipe organ? Yeah. Yep. The reeds are going to make us get a little bit more of that pipe organ sound. We still need the brass, yes, but that pipe organ, and one person is playing that, so we hear that pipe organ resonating. Okay, once again. Real quick exercise. This is the pyramid, so play it in that traditional form. When I blow that out like that, we're going to reverse the pyramid. So upper woodwinds, you're going to be more prevalent and more known, and brass, low end, we're going to pull that back even more. And then I'm going to go back and we're going to listen to that. So it should be dark to really, really bright, back to really dark in terms of a warm sound. Does that make sense? Okay? Same note again. Ready? And. Which one do you like better? Dark. I like the dark. I like the pyramid. Yes, yes, definitely. Pyramids are fun. All right. Play those next 3 notes. Da, da, da. Here we go. 1, 2, ready? What's more important, the actual note or the ornamental things before it? The note. So if you have anything ornamental, and I think that's woodwinds, do you have any of that? Okay, and trumpets? Yep. Okay, so again, we're trying to get the ornamental aspect. Ja, ja, ja. But focus more on that note. Da, da, da. That needs to be most important. Then, ya, ya, ya. Makes sense? And get the ornamental as close to that downbeat. Right now, we're trying to put the ornamental stuff on the beat itself. Ja, ja, ja. Try it once again. 1, 2, ready. Closer, closer. Can you get a little bit closer to it? Ja, ja. As opposed to da-da-da, 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 2, ready, and. Good. Percussion, do you have anything there? Let's add you to that mix, okay? Ready? And. Make sure we line up then exactly as well. 2, ready, and. Boom. Oh. All right. Good, 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 good. Okay, let's take that from the beginning. Put all those virtues together. Good. I am sorry. Silent, silent. Yeah, I know. We got Bill Tell as the ringtone. All right, there we go. William Tell. All right, here we go. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 1. Right before letter B. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the pickups. Woodwinds. 4 measures before letter B with the pickups. 1, 2, 1. Okay? If we can, add a little more space. Da 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 da. Okay? Actually, this time, tongue everything. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 1, and. What is not together? What type of note? 16th notes, 8th notes, or the quarter notes? 16th notes, okay? So again, as we looked at 1, 2, and da dee da 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 dee da da. Okay? Aim for that once again. 2, ready, and 1, 2. So be thinking 1, 2, ba da da. Just play that on. 1, 2, 1, 2, ba da da. Again, 1, 2, 1. Good, much better. Da da da, da da da, da da da. Last time. 1 and 2, 1, 2. Good. Apply that every time that you do that, okay? Much more clear. Here we go. Play that whole line. 1, 2, 1, and. Much better, much better. Continue to listen for that to come through, okay? All right. Take that at letter A. Letter A. With the pickups, letter A. 1, 2, 1, and. kind of giving away the entire show, that one measure. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. If you would, start a little bit softer. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. Dun, 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 dun. Okay? 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. Make sense? Let's hear 16th notes right there. 2 before B. Ready? And. 2 again. And. Let's just hear woodwinds with your 16th notes. Just 16. Bless you. 1, 2, 1, and. So, da, 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 da. Get rid of the slur for a moment. Line that up. Da, 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 da. 2, ready, and. Again, ready, and. Okay, any brass that has the 16th notes, add to that. Da, 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 da. And. A little late. Da, 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 ready, and. Tongue it, donna, and. Okay, so just the nature of the euphonium. You've got a lot more hardware to work with. There's a lot of things turning all around and things like that. We flatten that out, it's going to be a lot longer than any of the woodwind instruments, right? So as we look at that, stay a little bit, when Mr. Gunn's conducting, think a little bit more on the front side of the beat as opposed to right on that beat. Because by the time you get all the air through there, it's going to line up perfectly with what the woodwinds are doing. Okay? You guys are doing great, good tone. Okay? Add the slur back in. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. Start soft, then build up to that. 2, 2, ready, and. And balance that up. So who are we listening to right here? We're listening down through to. What's the lowest instrument? Euphonium. Euphonium. So keep that pyramid in check. Last time. 2, ready, and. We'll take that, okay? Good, good. All right. Pickups in the letter A, we'll continue on. Pickups letter A. 1, 2, 1. Mr. Gunn talked with you about this a little bit, but second time at letter B. What's the difference between first time at B and second time at letter B?
More people in it.
What's that?
There's more people that come in.
More people that come in the second time?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that statement?
Yes.
Okay, I would. What else? Because in a march, anytime you repeat something, what do you want to do that second time through? Do something different, right? Do something different. So if you would have to tag, what's the melody here at letter B? Melody, people, please play. Okay? Melody, a letter B. 2, ready, and. Yeah, you're right, you're right. Okay, now, one other element just to add to this, since we got melody folks alone. Anytime that you have a repeated note more than 3 times, what do you want to do? Do something with it, in a general sense. Okay? So as we look at this, just to give this a little bit more interest. Make sense? What we're looking for, you know what the topography is? What's topography? What is it dealing with? Land. Maps. Yes, the lay of the land is what we're looking at. So, have you ever been to Kansas before?
We're going.
Too bad for them, they lost last night. Any of you Kansas fans? Okay, good. Then I didn't offend anybody. Not yet, anyway. All right. I'm not either. So.